Here are the top 5 beginner tax lien mistakes that are made by beginners. So mistake number 1 as a tax lien beginner is not knowing the difference between tax liens and tax deeds. All right, so let's simplify that right now. So remember, with a tax lien, you're not actually buying the property. So that is very clean to remember. All right, half of the states are lien states, half of the states are deed states. Remember, with a tax deed, you are buying the property. All right, now there's many more mistakes you can make when buying tax deeds because it's higher risk because you're buying the property. Now, that being said, you can make quick money very, very quickly. All right, so mistake number 2 that beginner tax lien investors make is they don't research the property properly. So remember, when you're buying these tax liens, you still need to look at the property. You still need to do your research, right? You don't just go onto a site like you're buying a snack from behind a counter. You want to actually open that wrapper and see what's inside. And basically with the liens, the way you do that is you're going to go ahead, you're going to get the property address, you're going to go on Zillow, you're going to find out what it's worth. If it's in your own town, then by all means, drive by the property, check it out. Now, the nice things about liens is you don't really need to travel to do it. You can do this stuff remotely, do it virtually from the comfort of your home. But make sure to research that property. If there's an assessed value on a property for $100,000, the tax lien's $1,000, but maybe that property burnt down. Okay, so then it could be a tough property. Now, the nice thing with a tax lien, for the most part, is the worst case scenarios. You're still gonna generally make money. So worst case scenario number 1, which is often the best case, is they don't pay you back. And that's when you can foreclose and get that property for the price of the tax lien. And remember, the tax lien wipes out the mortgage, which is absolutely awesome. So that's what you can do. Now, if you're going to foreclose on that property, remember, it's probably going to cost you $1,000 to $2,000 in legal fees. Now, worst case scenario, the second one could be, maybe it does burn down. But in general, the amount you've paid for the lien is generally just like 1 or 2 percentage of what the total value is in general. So say you get a lien, it's $1,000 on a $100,000 property, it burns down, but that lot could be worth 10, 20, 30 grand. So you're still in good shape. All right. Now, moving on to number 4. Before we move on to number 4, if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a subscription button below. It's on the pillow in the background. You can press on that as well. Hit the video a thumbs up for the algorithm. And a lot of folks miss this content when it comes out because they're not subscribed, and they make a mistake and they lose money and they think, shoot, I should have been subscribed. And ask a question in the comments. In the pin thing below, I give away a full free mini course on tax liens, tax deeds. It's completely on demand. I used to sell it, now I give it away. So all of that is below the subscribe button. Much appreciated. All right, so the 4th thing is ignoring the redemption period. Remember, each state has a different generally a different time of redemption as far as when you can foreclose on that lien. So make sure you understand how the redemption period works. Make sure you understand exactly what form of payment is accepted. Is it an online auction? Do you go in person? How do you pay? Right? There's many ways to do this. And then from there, the next one is understanding, what interest rate is in that county. How does it work? And here's a very important side note for a place like Florida. Florida is great. They offer 18%. But Florida is one of the only places where if the lien doesn't redeem, you can't foreclose. That property actually goes to a deed sale, whereas all of the other tax lien states, what happens is if the lien doesn't redeem, you foreclose, you get the house, which is awesome, except in Florida. Except in Florida, it goes to a deed sale. Now, interesting thing about Florida is it is a bid down state. So the interest rate is 18%. You bid it down. So maybe you want to take 10, 15 or 10. From there, what some people do is, remember, that interest is accruing over the course of a year. So some people might bid 0. It sounds crazy, but there's actually a 5% penalty. So if you bid 0% and the person redeems in 1 or 2 months, you just made 5% in 1 or 2 months. So understand the rules, all right? Understand exactly what's going on in the county that you want to do this. And then the 5th one is diversify. All right, so one of the mistakes people make is maybe they just narrow in on one spot. There's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of auctions going on there. So diversify. Make sure to find out the tax lien date and sale for every county in your area. Build yourself an auction map so you know when the auctions are, you know when they're coming up, and practice. You can practice on these sales. I would say another mistake people make is they just go to their first sale having never done it before as a newbie and expect to just get home runs. So think of anything you've ever done in your life. Did you just read a book and then go out and win right away? Probably not. You practice, right? You didn't just read a book on driving and then go race the Indy 500. You didn't do that, right? Now, that being said, I do have a lot of stories of people who go to their first tax deed sale or tax lien sale. They hit it out of the park. Maybe they buy one tax lien, it doesn't redeem. They get friggin' wicked property and away they go. And that definitely can happen, but take some pressure off yourself. Go practice, okay? Attend a couple auctions hypothetically with a hypothetical budget. See how it goes, you know? Now, that being said, definitely have a sense of urgency because this is one of the best times in history to get into this business. So the longer you wait, the more money you're leaving on the table for yourself, your generational wealth. And the way wholesaling and everything is, it's still a good, It's still a good investment, but tax liens and deeds right now I think are taking center stage. If you're not going to be participating in this, you're going to miss out literally on one of the best eras right now. Because it's like a perfect storm. The real estate market is strong, but there's record equity, so there's money in the market. And from there, with interest rates going up, there are people who are selling the homes and they can't get new mortgages and things like that. So what's happening is there's still lots of these properties coming to these sales. And what I love is in a bad economy, tax liens and deeds are great. And a good economy, tax liens and deeds are also great. So now is your time to start. Stop putting it off. It's never going to be the perfect time. I'm here to help if you want help. So, biggest thing you can do is grab a copy of this mini course below. It's going to walk you through it. Like I've sold this thing for a couple $100. I just give it away for free. If you want my help, you can book a call and we'll build you a custom strategy plan. I'll probably save you 2-3 years of trial and error so you don't lose money. There is a link to that below as well. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody here. And I'm going to do my best to keep putting out good content for you. All right. See you in the next video.